Oh, that was some nice sounds, wasn't it, John?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We're really winging this one today, aren't we?
It's the only way we know how.
There we go. Well, this is episode 2, right?
Episode number 2.
Yes, episode 1 will be up shortly.
It was up earlier, but anyways.
Yeah, it's a long
The
story.
remix is coming back up. Yeah, the remix.
We have no live guests, so that's there. We have no notebooks. What do we got going on here? The game's
got a
already
phone
started,
call.
right? The
game
already
has started. It's on live right now.
All right, so we're doing this live.
So where
during
are
the
we?
game.
So the fans can sync up with us. We're
Oh yeah. It's
8:24, 23, 8:22. Now you're good to go. Okay,
We're not. I
we're
don't
all
think
synced
this
up
is
now.
not.
Okay.
This is private. So
Okay.
This isn't
As
live.
always, the views expressed on this podcast are not necessarily those of anybody, nor should they, especially the university suds, John and myself.
and the guest or anyone else that would be involved in any way.
Anybody.
So that pertains to everything.
Okay, now, again, legal's out of the way now.
Not our fault.
Now we're going to keep on rolling now. What do we have on the docket today, Hannigan?
Well, we're coming off a rough loss. It was a rough week in Bronco land, right, last
Yeah,
week. So
it was.
rough loss, rough podcast for us. I mean, it's we've been off a while. They've been off a while. So back for week 2 here in New Mexico, Boise State. So
It's a little more noisy in here than it was last time, so
That's-
bear with us,
yeah.
folks. I think it adds to the live element of the situation.
I feel like it's game day.
It's real,
You
yeah,
know?
it is game day.
Well, New Mexico is typically an opponent you would bounce back with.
Oh, yes, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. We got to get
Jeez.
off the right foot here. At least be 1-1 for the home opener. So,
All right, I'm going to say we need to get straight into our first guest today.
yeah, let's do that.
All right. Today, we're going to have on the show Andre Banks. He was going to have his son's football game today, I think, or a football game today, but it was canceled because of the smoke. I
Oh,
think.
yeah, smoke alert here.
Yeah, so we're just going to call Dre and see what's up.
Well, it's good Boise State's on the road. Would they have canceled the college game? I don't know. You just going to let it ring? I'll fill in the fodder. No, they wouldn't have canceled the college game.
JT,
Hey, Andre, it's Jason and John here with the Bronco Alumni Show. How's it going today?
doing great, fellas. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. Can you hear us okay?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
And sorry, it's a little noisy in here tonight.
It's rowdy.
It's Friday night. You know what I'm saying? You know what
Yeah,
Friday
as it
nights
should
at
be.
Suds
Yeah,
are
the
like.
big
you
the
know?
big New Mexico game. You know how packed it is down here.
Well, how's it going, my friend?
Hey man, I'm doing great. You know, out here hanging out with Tim Gilligan and Quint Michael, watching the game.
Ooh, Quentin and Gilly.
Yes, sir.
That's quite the company.
Well,
Oh,
Dre,
yeah, man.
Dre, I just want to give you full disclaimer. We got no notes in front of us. We're winging this. So this is shout out your own stats day. So
Hey, perfect.
3 Bronco legends in one living room. I'm jealous. I wish I was there.
Hey man, anytime.
I don't think you were invited. I don't think.
Together, we try to stay together.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, brothers.
They usually invite you around the third quarter.
Yeah.
Right.
When all the food's gone, then I'll eat it up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we just sitting over here watching the game, hoping they
What's your take, Dre, on you? I don't know if you've ever suffered a loss so bad as last week, but what's your take? How do you bounce back from that?
well, the only way that they can actually bounce back is they got to play with some fire, you know. They got to find that inner fire, find some passion, and flush it. You know, it's coach speak, it's real cliche, but you can't look in the rearview mirror. That's the only way they can get through it. But I think they got what it takes. They have a lot of talent. I know from being around the guys this spring and this summer and talking to Coach Avalos that they're further ahead than they were last year as far as knowledge of their scheme and guys being comfortable and flying around a little more. So I think they can turn the ship around. And
Coach
I
is
talked
bringing.
to Avalos. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, Coach is bringing the intensity today. It's nice being able to have the game on and watch it while we're doing this. You could see who we're talking about here. It's nice. But Coach is
Yeah,
definitely
absolutely.
fired up. You can tell he's taking it as serious as anybody. But did you actually had a chance to talk with him this week?
Yeah, we texted back and forth, and I'm pretty close with them, and we keep in contact. And I just told them that the alumni were behind those boys. Just let them know that we got their back, and just figure out how to find some fire and build their own energy. And they got to figure out how to play start to finish. And he just told me, "Hey, we got this, and I love you, brother, and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna have a good year." So I believe it.
100%. They look like the defense is fired up right now. They just got a sack. I'm doing play-by-play now. That's what we've reverted to here now. It's
good deal.
Well, it is the New Mexico game. You got to have some filler in here, okay?
Well, when we played New Mexico, they had big time players on their team. Who was it? Was it Urlacher?
They had Brian Urlacher.
Yeah.
Never heard of him. Next.
Right. Yeah.
What did he do? What did he ever do?
Pretty good running backs when we played against them, and
okay.
So yeah, we were lucky enough to play them when they had some dudes. So, but we got after them still. Urlacher had to suffer an 0 career against the Broncos when he was playing college ball.
I'm curious about this gathering. Was Quentin moved back to Boise?
Quentin
He's really upset he was not invited. You can clearly. I wish you could see his face right now.
This is what the show's going to be about now.
Yeah. So me and Q, we're real close. Our families are very close. And while he was playing in the league, I was visiting him all the time. And after he was retired, I was out there probably at least once a year out to New Jersey where he was living at. And we always made time to get our families together and family vacations, either in Idaho or McCall. We've gone to Vegas. We've done the whole deal. And he finally got the opportunity to get out of New Jersey and move back to Boise, where he's always said his heart was. And just recently, I mean, he's been here maybe a month. So.
Is this breaking news? Breaking news?
Maybe.
Right?
I don't know if anybody
knows. This is breaking news. Ben Michael is now back in Idaho.
Wow. He was on our show.
Bronco Update. Yeah, he had one of the better stories that we've ever relayed on this show about old Stankface or Staleface or whatever his name was.
Yeah, he's doing great, man. So yeah, we're at Gilligan's house today.
And what's the address there?
Tell
Greg?
Gilly I said what's up. Yeah.
Just for Turner, what's the address there? And all the listeners. Anybody want to stop by?
Right.
Tell Gilly I said what's up.
I will.
Are we interrupting you guys' time? Are you out like on the patio or something?
I snuck away. To the back room, so I'm watching the game alone right now.
Oh, okay.
Everybody else is tucked away in the other room.
Thank you for being with us.
So you can talk trash about it. No, get to the hard hitting questions now. Here we go. Locker room questions. Break the code.
Yeah. But the great thing is like you mentioned brotherhood. I mean, that's just what it is. These guys we stay together. Even guys that I don't talk to very often, if I give them a call, it is what it is, and it's like we never left. I talk to Davey Malathong every now and then, Brian Johnson. And,
Davey.
It's Brian, great. Oh yeah.
Dre, maybe you should book the show.
Yeah, you know bigger names.
Hey, you give me a call, man. I'll try to line some stuff up.
We will. I know today was a rough one. The booking coordinator didn't realize the game was on Friday this week, so we had a guest, but it was cut by being on the wrong day.
Yeah, he had a guest for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you guys lucked out because I'm currently coaching high school football, and our game got canceled today because of the smoke in the valley.
So how's that going? How's that going this year for you guys? You ready to go for the season or what?
Oh yeah, I coach at Rocky Mountain High School. We're 3-0 right now, and we've had some pretty big wins. We have a tough schedule, but we've made some really good things happen on the field so far. We beat Middleton first game, and then we played Coeur d'Alene and Mountain View, which was a huge game that we came away with the W on. So and tonight we were going to play another big game playing Eagle High School, which always has a great program.
Yeah,
but
there's been
unfortunately the smoke kind of canceled that. But we're supposed to be playing tomorrow night on the reschedule, so we'll see how that goes.
Just postponed, not canceled.
Right.
Okay.
Cancel for tonight, reschedule for tomorrow. So yeah, postpone.
So there's been some big shakeups in the Treasure Valley coaching situation, I guess. So because you were at Capital or Centennial, you were at Capital or Centennial?
I was at Capital High School for a long time, and Todd Simmons, he's like a high school coaching legend out here who I coached for forever. He finally retired after about 30 plus years coaching high school football in Idaho. So after he retired, I kind of became a free agent and, fielded some phone calls, spoke to a few coaches, and made a choice to go to Rocky Mountain. So it's been great so far.
When are you guys scheduled to play Boise High this year?
We actually do not get Boise High School, which would be awesome because it'd be fun to play against my boy Altieri.
I know. I was just gonna say that was one of the bigger
over there, and his staff also.
Who else did he get on his staff? Anybody I might know, or?
He has Daryl Acree, former linebacker over there.
Excellent.
He has a few other guys, but it's great. And I mean, there's a lot of us coaching the Valley. I mean, Jarrell Root.
I was gonna ask, how many do you think ex-players are coaching in the Valley High School?
If I had to guess, there's at least one former Bronco on every high school in the Valley.
Oh, nice.
If I had to guess. And there's a few that have quite a bit. Like Timberline High School has a good number. Ian Smart's the head coach over there at Timberline. Terrell Hall's coaching with him. And at Oahe, Sherm Blaser is the head coach over there at Oahe High School. So he was the first head coach to be there. They opened up last year. At Rocky, we have myself, Ryan Akibi, if you guys remember him, great wide receiver that was around in the early 90s. He's on our staff. We have Coach Scott Kreiner, who also coached at Boise State for a while. He's our offensive coordinator. And Chris Kulig is our head coach, and he coached at Boise State for a while. And he was a special teams guy at Boise State as a coach. He's great to work with. So there's a lot of us, man. There's a lot, and we just try to have fun. We have a lot of competitive nature when we get to play one another, And it's just, but it's building up football in the Valley. Football.
Is it like real life? It's like real life Tecmo Bowl, huh?
It is, man. It's a great time. And then, we get a little bragging rights after the game. We meet up and poke fun at one another, But it's great because, high school football here has came a long way since when I first got here as a freshman at Boise State. And I think a lot of that is just attributed to some of the coaches sticking around and going back to the high school level like Coach Kreiner has done, and guys like myself and Nick Kalaikai and Jarrell Root, those boys. Rob Vine still coaching high school ball. His son's playing at Capital as well right now. And we're just building the sport up,
Yeah, and it's good to have I guess guys branch off because a concentration at one school, it's good to have the Bronco influence in more schools at the Valley instead of usually.
Right.
Well, you got to scout the whole Valley. You got to scout the whole Valley.
Yeah, I know. I got to get the plug on the recruits for sure.
Yeah.
Right, man, and it's great. There's even some guys that are coaching out in East Idaho and coaching in the Magic Valley out, near Gooding and Jerome High School, Twin Falls. So it's awesome. We're flooding the state.
So maybe a little more homegrown talent.
There's a lot more homegrown talent in the Valley. I wouldn't say it's because us former Broncos are coaching, but we're at least helping with the knowledge. These kids are pretty damn good athletes on their own. So we're just trying to give back everything that we received from all the great coaches that we got to be coached by,
So do you think there's an increase? Obviously, the population of Boise has increased significantly. Do you think those have you noticed as a coach if a lot of those families that moved here have, children that are now enrolled in athletics? Is enrollment up in general? Is the quality of athlete increasing since most of them are coming from California? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, the quality of athlete. Yeah, shout out to Cali, hometown.
Yeah,
home state. But the quality of talent has gone up. I mean, even from the homegrown kids to the transplants from the California area, Washington areas, Oregon. The talent level it's way better than it was 20 plus years ago overall. And there's some top end kids. I mean, one of the best players in the country came from Gooding, Idaho last year, and he's a freshman playing on Michigan right now.
Yes.
Colston Loveland, he's amazing.
And that's one thing that I can recognize as a former player at Boise State. Most of the guys that made it to the NFL were homegrown guys.
Yes, absolutely. So, Jeb Putzier, Brock Forsey.
Yeah. I mean, that's just.
Yeah. There's a guys. I mean, that's Eagle High and Centennial High right there.
Brian Johnson, is he local or no?
Yes.
Brian Johnson's the Pocatello guy. Yep, right. Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, so we and guys, and Brian Johnson, he's helping coach at Bishop Kelly High School.
Yeah, his boys is starting now.
Yeah, so I mean, it's really good to see that we're just giving back. I mean, that's what I was given when I was a kid. A lot of the men that coached me, with my dad and my uncles, they gave everything to us as kids as far as knowledge goes that they received, and it was all about their local community. So I'm trying to do the same thing, and a lot of us
are. What do you think about this game so far?
So far, it's a better start than last week up in Corvallis.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
absolutely,
I'm happy about that.
Man,
and like you said, the intensity level looks like it's a lot better. So I think Coach Avalos and the rest of the staff got after those boys about taking care of business. So I think it'll be a good game tonight.
What was the scouting report on Eagle this week?
Scouting report on Eagle is they got a damn good coaching staff.
Oh.
They got I don't know if you guys remember Armand Nance.
Yeah.
Defensive lineman. He's their D-line coach at Eagle High. Mark Woodall is the defensive coordinator there, and he's a former Boise State coach and GA, and he's won state championships in Minnesota as a coordinator. So he's back in the Valley coaching. And that dude he's tough. So we got our work cut out for us. I think we're up for the challenge. Our boys are ready to go. So hopefully we get that game in tomorrow night. So they've been chomping at the bit all week to get after Eagle. So it'll be a great game.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah. We got a really good defense at Rocky. Eagle has probably arguably one of the best receivers in the state in Ian Duarte. But we got some dudes too. We got a kid who I think is an amazing football player. His name is Troy Wilkie. Looks undersized, but he plays like he's 6'4", but the dude is like 5'10", maybe, with his cleats on. But the kid flies around. He's a headhunter. He's a ball hawk. He's a game changer for real. So those two guys going at it is going to be really fun to watch if anybody gets to see the game tomorrow night.
Where is the game?
It's going to be at Rocky Mountain High School at 5 o'clock tomorrow, Saturday. So, and I got some really good receivers. They got some great defensive backs over there, so it'll be fun to watch. I got a kid by the name of Luke Lucchini, who some people in the Valley who are really close to high school football may know, but he hasn't made a very, very big name for himself yet. But that kid is a stud. He's a flat-out baller.
More importantly, how's their O-line look and that D-line? You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what. At Rocky, I don't want to sound like a homer, but our offensive line got some hogs, man. We got a Jackson Fulmer. He's our left tackle. He's committed to Kansas State.
Okay.
Big, strong kid. He has a dog mentality in him. If you talk to the kid, you would think he was a damn linebacker the way he talks about the game and how much fire he plays with. And we got another kid by the name of Pinner. He's committed to U of I. I love the kid. I wish he was wearing blue and orange, not that, the DAV colors. But he's a great football player. So we got those two guys.
Oh, we got a touchdown. Sorry, we got to interrupt you there.
Just turned my head.
Is that the first lead of the season? I think that is.
That is.
There we go.
7-0.
All right. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, all good, man. Hey, I'll interrupt me for a touchdown anytime. I'll take it. There we go. I like it. But yeah, we have a great offensive line. I know JT's asking. He was a great offensive lineman for us, and in high school, Bishop Vermont. But yeah, we got some good players, man.
I only asked because my coach has taught me that between the tackles, that's where the game's played, and everything else is just basketball on the grass. That's a quote from Coach Mulvihill at Bishop Vermont High School.
And he is not lying. That's the real deal. I mean, we've all seen some really good teams with really good skill players. If the offensive line ain't clicking, nothing's happening.
You could see that last week, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
Our offense was giving up. It was just giving it up. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I just think this show overly celebrates linemen, maybe a little too much.
Well, I guess
somebody's got to do it.
It's a private company, Hannigan.
I understand that. You know, I try to tell my guys too. I'm like, man, you guys score, go congratulate that O-line, because that quarterback wouldn't be able to deliver the ball if the O-line wasn't out there doing their thing. So it all starts up front.
I know you got to really involve them in the celebrations. It makes it more fun for everybody.
Oh yeah, man. And you know what? One of my favorite things about football is watching the big dudes dance and celebrate. It's one of the best things to see.
Yeah, I think that should be mandatory. You score a touchdown, find your nearest lineman and give him the ball. He gets 10 seconds. There you go. That's all you get.
Yep.
Make it count.
Yep.
Or just,
it's amazing.
Just help him out. Just help them out with the ladies at the party after the game. That's more important than celebrating on the field with them, to be honest with you.
Well, if you get that 10 seconds, you could turn that into a lot, that's your moment.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know you got to think about it from their point of view.
College is about growth, though, isn't it? I mean, each person's got to grow on their own. Just provides an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let the linemen dance. That's a new.
It's an amazing thing, man. Watching the big guys get down, it's better than watching the little dudes do it.
They got more.
And it's actually to be expected too, right?
Yeah, don't expect anything like fantastic. Usually the big fellas got more heart than soul, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. And they're having fun. They're having so much fun with it, so it's great, man.
The truffle shuffle, that's one that they could all bust out easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah.
You care to demonstrate or no?
No, I don't have the gut for it anymore.
All right,
John.
I got you.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's like we were talking last week. Yeah. What's the new trend with all the linemen? They stop playing and then they look skinnier than the wide receivers. What's this new? I don't
know. Here's the deal. A lot of these guys, they eat that weight. Mm-hmm. So when they're done and they're not eating like that anymore, that weight trims on down. I mean, JT's a lot smaller than he was. Than his playing weight in the college days.
I like Darren's answer last week when he was like, well, we never got to be skinny. So, you got to get a few years in here, right? You got to feel like what it's like to walk around like a wide receiver.
Right, because Darren's one of them. I mean, Darren, Scott.
Oh, he's still
Scooter.
big. He's still huge.
Yeah,
Darren's still huge.
Darren College is a monster human being.
Yeah.
Let's just be real about this.
Yeah.
But as far as playing weight goes, for Darren, he's slim. Let's say that.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
He's not nearly. I'm not nearly even his size, even still, and I gained weight after college. So. This guy is just a big man. But Darren, he's small.
Yeah, we all start with a frame, and that's what you get.
Right.
I lost so much weight, I started to feel like a bitch, and I had to put it back on.
And you know what's funny? Because when my freshman year, Scooter, he just said, "Hey, when we're done playing, I'm gonna be like 230," and I was like, "Not a chance." Because he was 300 pounds.
He was 320, 315, and
he
was like 5'11". I'll be generous and say 11.
5'11" generous.
Yeah.
I was like, there's not a chance you're going to be 230, and the dude's walking around at 230 right now. So
That's less than me. I was down to like 210, and then now I'm back up probably around 240.
I think that's baby weight.
Which is funny because I got a 3-year-old. She's not a baby anymore.
But you're still shedding the baby weight. You're still working on it, you know.
But yeah, and then I got back up to 240, which I think by the end of my junior year, I was weighing in at like 255 at right tackle, which is not very big, to be honest.
I don't think they let you play at 255 right tackle anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's small. That's tiny.
So I'm almost back up to my playing weight. So.
Getting there. Would they even let you play at high school at 255?
No. I don't know what they were thinking, even drafting or even recruiting me coming out of. Actually, when I got here, I was like 275. But
bro,
man,
we got
those pit workouts.
Some of these kids are big these days.
It off you.
Man.
Well, the training's a lot better. I mean, they start to train the right way from a much younger age than just.
That is very true. That is very true.
Like
my son's even doing stuff that I wasn't doing at his age, so I get that.
Wasn't that what D1's about? That's another Bronco, isn't it?
Yeah.
D1. Yeah. Yep. The ranch is over there and there's also Rock and Armor, which is owned by a group of Broncos, and David Michael is one of the big trainers. Kevin Childs is a great trainer over there at Rock and Armor also. So yeah, I mean, and then that goes back to the coaching thing. I mean, outside of the coaches, there's guys like Zabransky and David Michael, Childs, and we got Billy Wingfield, who's doing a ton of work with the youth and 7-on-7 stuff, and Steve Martinez. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are doing a lot of stuff. So we're just building athletes now, you know. Yeah. Building athletes.
Speaking of Billy, we gave him a call tonight. Apparently J-Dub's going to be in town this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was going to try to swing through tonight, but I don't know if we're still going to be rolling by the time. I don't think Dub's landed yet.
The show must go on.
Yeah,
sorry.
But we're
next
rolling.
week.
We are rolling. We got 2 chairs for him in case they pop in here out of nowhere.
Yeah, I hope they pop up, man.
I know. If not, yeah, if they do, maybe I'll stick around and we can record a second act 2 of this episode or something like that. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, J-Dub's coming in from Salt Lake City.
Okay.
Yeah. So he comes up here every now and then too. Him and Billy are very close as well. So.
Yeah, that's the Long Beach connection.
Yeah, absolutely. Those 2 right there, for sure. There's still a lot of us coming up. These younger classes coming up from the same area.
From you still got family down in LA, Dre?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My family's in LA, all the way out to the Inland Empire now.
Yeah, I got a sister in Corona. My parents are still down in La Puente, and now my brother lives in North Carolina. But other than that, I got a bunch of cousins in Fresno.
Yeah. I got folks in Fontana and Riverside, Corona. Like they're all over the place now. Marietta, you know.
Marietta,
Yeah. A lot of my family decided, let's get out of the middle of the city, so let's move east. So a lot of guys are living out in the Inland Empire now, but I still got a bunch of family that's living in Cerritos and Inglewood, you know. So now we just spread out all over that valley down there.
So what else is new? How was your pandemic, Dre?
Pandemic was amazing.
Yeah,
still going, isn't it?
Still going?
Is it officially over? Are we done with it? Yeah, we're close.
For me, it's been over for a long time, but it was great, man. I spent almost every weekend with Dryson. Me and Dryson James are real tight, you know. So we kind of quarantined with our respective families. There's about 3 or 4 families. We just stay real tight. We just say, hey, we're gonna hang out with each other and just do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So
that sounds smart.
Were
you a work from home guy? Were you a work from home guy during the pandemic? Did you hide out?
I was one of the lucky ones that didn't have to lose employment because I could work from anywhere. So I was just fortunate in that respect, and Dryson was as well. So we just got our families together about 3 or 4 days a week, hung out, dinners, lunches, barbecues, and we just stayed in our own little bubble.
This is Turner's new favorite question to explain where the podcast went.
Oh,
We took a pandemic hiatus.
Well,
I understand.
I wasn't doing a podcast in a bar.
No.
No way.
For the first year or something like that, we recorded a bunch of episodes in my garage. But we haven't really.
They
we didn't
progressively
release it.
got worse.
Yeah, it got wild. It got pretty wild, Dre.
It was the end of the world.
Hey, I understand.
Wild
fellas.
times. They'll be on the best of show.
Yeah, we're gonna. The
Hey,
hidden.
that'll be great. That'll be a great episode.
And then there was, oh man, the first year we did it, there was the
there's another
spring
buried-
game.
Oh,
The
boy.
spring game when the alumni association bought a couple of kegs and had them after the game was over. Everybody was over drinking kegs at the end zone, and we were setting up over here.
That's
And
an
then
annual thing right there.
and then after the kegs were over, everybody came over here, and it was just we couldn't air any of that.
Yeah,
you know?
don't podcast after midnight, kids.
Yeah.
Nothing good happens.
It's like Gremlins.
That's
Right?
that's when you got to turn the cameras in the
We
mic.
had our own quarterback controversy right there.
Oh yeah, we
It was
had a
great.
quarterback. I was too drunk to really interview Ryan Clady. It was
Lineman
bad.
couldn't block. I mean, it was a mess. It was a disaster.
Wow.
I don't even know if we watched the film on that. The game film would have been rough.
Was there? I don't think that we were doing any video
No,
at that point.
the audio game,
Yeah.
the metaphoric
Yeah,
game film.
okay,
there,
yeah.
Right.
The slurring. Of,
Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not good. So that's so Dre. I've got a current question about the team, not to stir up any trouble here, but is there a quarterback controversy? Is there gonna be, or is this just gonna be normal Boise State where they work the younger quarterback in, give him reps?
I don't think there's a quarterback controversy personally. I think Hank had a bad game, and they brought the young guy in to stop the bleeding, and that was simple as that.
Well, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, didn't even Hank got pulled in a game? I feel like Boise State, no one has taken all the snaps at quarterback.
Right.
Ever.
Yeah, and you know, it's one of those things where, generally speaking, you're recruiting the next quarterback to be better than the guy you currently have. I mean, that's really what recruiting is, right?
Evolution. Yeah.
So, I mean, there was a time when Bart Hendricks was lighting it up that Bart was told that if you don't get his life together, that Dinwiddie's taking over. And Dinwiddie was a freshman still green, you know, so.
So this is nothing new. This is
It's
as old as
nothing
football itself.
Yeah. What is
It's football.
what is the rule? I mean, because it's an early game, right? You sit down Hank because he's having a rough time, and also to show him like, hey, you know, if you can't get it together, we're gonna have to keep going. You know what?
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like
sports.
it's like it's not a punishment. It's like giving him a break, but also, you know, it's a psychological thing. You know, on both of them, for both of them. 'Cause
Absolutely.
It gives a
It
young
gives
guy.
Taylor some confidence and let him get out there and play when the real bullets are flying and not in garbage time.
Yeah.
And it gives Hank a chance to stand back from the outside looking in and really see what he can improve on, you know, right in the moment there.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's a learning
quarterbacks.
experience.
Quarterbacks get paranoid when they see the backup like warming up on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Like they know what's
Yeah.
going on. So
Yeah.
that's
and
a
that
big
could be-
message.
It's a message, but also understand how the game works. And sometimes you have a bad day, and somebody else needs to get in there and stop the bleeding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, in the NFL game last night, Jalen Ramsey, he's one of the best DBs in the league, and he got lit up.
That's 2 in a row, Dre. That's 2. He got lit up in the Super Bowl too. That's
It was.
yeah.
It was
That's
bad.
2.
It was bad, but you know, I still won't say he's not one of the best dudes out there. I'll still put my money on the guy until it turns into a trend, right? But
Yeah.
But that's as far as I see it right now. Hank's the guy until he gives it up. If he gives it away, then Taylor's gonna have to take over and do his thing and make something happen. You know, and it's one of those things. Next guy up. Whether a guy gets injured or a guy isn't playing well enough, the next guy better be the one to make it happen. And
That's
it's
something.
just, like I tell my kids, you take advantage of your opportunities when they're presented to you, and if you get a chance, don't let that opportunity go.
your card's gonna get pulled at some point. So don't waste
Yep.
it. Don't waste it when it gets pulled.
Is some of it like a baseball mentality? I mean, that's what when a pitcher's getting rocked, it's sit down.
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes
we,
yeah.
we
You
just
still
need
the guy,
somebody
you
else
just
in
gotta
here.
get him out of
Yeah,
there.
we just
Yeah,
need
you
somebody
gotta
else
get
in
him
there, another arm.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, from
And
that
you know, like
standpoint,
I've always said, you know, people are like, oh, that guy sucks or this guy sucks, and I'm like, well, the guy across from you is also playing football too, and he's not gonna just let you beat him. So there's times that somebody else just gets the better of you, and you just gotta learn from it and keep it moving. And hopefully, my man Hank improves. And even though he's a senior now and he's been playing for a long time, there's always room for improvement. You know what I mean? So
plus I think he has the
and
right temperament. I mean, he's pretty
he
mature. You know, he's a guy that you can pull out of the game. I would think, I don't know him, but you could pull him out of the game and he handles it pretty well and goes about his business.
He's a fairly level-headed kid. You know, he doesn't get overly too high when he's playing well. He doesn't get too low when he's not playing well. I mean, you could see his body language. He wasn't on the sideline sulking when he got snatched in Corvallis. You know, he turned around, put the headset on. He was trying to help Talon out, which shows that he's a damn good teammate because he was over there trying to help Talon make some plays. So, I mean, I got a lot of respect for the kid after going through it that way.
Okay.
Well, hopefully he bounces back and we're
change it up a little bit. What about the conference, the bigger conference shakeups that happened this offseason? I mean, I was a little disappointed that BSU got passed over again. You know, again. But
I grew up a big USC Trojan fan, so it was a shock, but I wasn't surprised that the Pac-12 commissioner's kind of been crapping the bed lately on a lot of different issues, especially TV deals and money and whatnot. And you know, when the Big Ten comes calling, they got a better deal and a better future. I get it. And then, you know, the little baby Bruins had to just shirt tail it over there and follow the Trojans over there. But the conference shakeups, I think, you know, people have predicted there's going to be 4 or 5 power, like true super conferences, so to speak. And now it looks like it's coming to fruition because I know the SEC is trying to raid the Big 12 again. And I'm pretty sure that Oregon and Washington at some point are going to be in the Big 10 if the Pac-12 doesn't figure it out. So, and it's just unfortunate, Boise State in the area that we're in, a lot of this is about TV dollars and markets, which is one of the biggest reasons that TCU and Utah got put into those bigger Power 5 conferences before Boise State when we were doing what they were doing long before them. But when you got a team that's in Dallas and another team that's in Salt Lake City, it's a much bigger TV market and a lot more eyeballs than Boise.
So where do you see Boise State going then? Where do you think they're going to land? I mean, I know that's a loaded question, but
it's loaded. There's a lot of moving parts. If I don't know where
I mean, if they go to this big tournament,
I want them to be.
All right, let's start there. Yeah.
Be in the Big 12.
The problem with that is none of those power conferences wants Boise State in their division. For some reason, it's still, I don't know. And honestly, I think it's because if we do get into one of those conferences, then we'll get more shots at more. We'll have at least a solid look at a title, a national title. And
right.
And I think if that happens, I think Boise State might be like the only team in NCAA history to win like championships in junior college,
every level,
and D2 and D3, 1AA, and Division One. No other team can claim something like that. Which, I mean, I don't know. That's just impressive to me. We're just stuck in an area that doesn't scream dollars to a lot of conferences, and that's what it seems like they're looking at that as part of their equation. And I know the Pac-12 looks at a lot of academic standards and research institutions and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's follow the money. We don't have the TV market that is assumed by other areas. You know what I mean? And other schools just got in
100 years ago early. Like Kansas State and Kansas aren't in the best TV markets, but they were already in the damn conference to start.
Washington State,
Washington State, you know what I mean?
Corvallis,
they're in smaller areas than
Oregon
us.
State.
So would you say, Dre, best case scenario here is that Boise State still kind of continues its reign as like one of the best outside the power conference, and maybe with the expansion, if they go to 16-team playoff, they'll let one of these teams in because they realize you have 4 rounds to knock them out.
Right. I mean, they're supposed to be moving to 12 teams in 2024 or 2026 or whatever they said.
Yeah, they just voted on that, right?
I think there'll be 2 or 3 group of 5 teams. Boise State's a team that has been making a lot of noise. You got UCF has been doing a lot of stuff lately the last couple of years. And a lot of teams are coming up. I mean, Cincinnati, they're about to get moved up to Power 5 too, but they're another team that has been doing some great deals. So I think if we get the opportunity, as we always have, we'll be taking advantage of some stuff.
I mean, is the home television market I know that maybe Bronco fans like to think our national fan base is bigger than it might actually be, but I think from being forced to play on those off nights when nothing else is on, I think
like Friday night, like
Friday, Thursday night, all those games,
like now
Wednesday night, Sunday night,
right.
whatever.
Yeah,
that kind of has put us on TV, and maybe we do have a little bit more of a.
I think we have a little bit more. Yeah, we get the. I don't even know what the term is to use, but we get
America's sweetheart.
Exactly. Yeah, we've turned into
like
America's
a counter culture.
You know what I mean?
I think that stems from the Fiesta Bowl, but then right after the Fiesta Bowl, you could always find Boise State on a Friday night or
right.
So that was
things, and areas they look to watch a Boise State game. I understand that, but when it comes to these conferences, hopefully one of them takes a chance on us because I think we deserve it. I mean, our basketball program's moving forward.
Yeah.
Our gymnastics program, tennis program has always been some of the best in the country for 30 years, really. And it's just one of those things where if we don't get the opportunity, we'll never be able to prove it. But every time we get a chance, we've proven something big. So
that's true.
It's probably a function of also the home attendance has kind of been
a little down.
Not terrible, but it just
doesn't. It hasn't been great.
It doesn't look good on when we are on TV.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
We've changed a lot on this show. I remember Dre, I think you were on a couple years ago. We were whining about no day games, and now, lo and behold, the opener's at 2:00 in the afternoon.
Right, which is great.
Yeah.
Selling booze in the stadium.
We just have to make sure we get a 2:00 game in November and not the 8:30 game when it's 12 degrees outside.
Oh, yeah, that's no good.
Yeah,
that's not good for home attendance. But I know they got all that booze in there they could drink, so maybe that'll keep them warm.
Now that might change a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That might change. I hope it does.
Well,
but and that's part of a program is also the fan base. You know what I mean? So our fans that want us to be bigger and better, they also have to be bigger and better. They have to spend a little bit more money, maybe go to 3 games instead of going to 1 game or 0 games a year.
Yep, stay past halftime now, maybe into the third quarter a little bit.
Absolutely, yep. And sometimes you got to suck it up and go to the 8:30 game. Find you a babysitter, maybe with your brother or something. Go watch a game.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're throwing the gauntlet down here. So you're Dre's tips to be a better Bronco fan.
Yeah, man. I mean, we need the support. The program needs the support. We can't expect our team to do something if we're not supporting them. So we got to show up. We got to be in the building.
Well, we showed up today. We're in the building, Dre.
We did. He dragged me. He dragged me in here. Kicking.
Made it happen.
Yeah.
But on that note, I think if you got any plugs, anything you want to shout out, anything you got going on. And other than that, I think we could wrap it up. Let you get back to the family.
Go support your local high school football teams, man. Put people in the stands. Watch these kids play. There's some very, very good high school football players out here.
The best games I ever played were probably in high school, and probably against some of the better talent that I've ever played against too.
So. Absolutely. And we could go on and on and on about the games that we played against each other. We had some dudes out there. But
yeah, just that one game, I think it might have been the greatest college football game that no one's ever heard about or no one remembers.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I just want people to go support the local high schools, man, and show these kids some support. They work just as hard as anybody else. So
there you go.
I just want to see them have some good atmospheres because most kids don't get to play after high school's over with. So.
Are you gonna let Dre make an in-game prediction?
Yeah. What's the final score gonna be, Dre?
Final score. What's the score right now?
10-0.
7-zip.
10.
Oh, 10 zip.
10. I'm going 34-7. We getting back on it.
Back on track.
Yep.
And
Who you wanna,
I think that's it.
no, who you want to see next?
Oh yeah, who's gonna be on the show next? Who's got it? Who do we have to get now? Who do we have to get next?
Maybe I'll get one of the guys on WIT right now.
Yeah, there you
Gilly
go.
or Michael on here.
Oh, that's right.
I'll
Dre's
get
the new
guys
booking
that-
coordinator. So
Oh,
Dre's
right now
on it,
you're gonna go get it, one of them, send them back into the studio.
Hey, we'll get them up maybe next week. We'll
Yeah,
get one of them out
that's
there
what I was
for you.
thinking.
There you
Yeah,
go. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're at your time, so.
All right. Thank you
All
so
right,
much,
boys.
Dre. You
Thanks,
saved the
Dre.
day, my man.
All right.
Thank you,
Appreciate
fellas.
it.
See you next
Have a
time.
good one.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
That's it.
that was our boy Andre Banks. Stay tuned to the channel. I'm sure you'll be notified if we fire this son of a gun back up again.
Well, 2 for 2. All right.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. We're not going to be able to get to our other guest. Will not be named tonight.
Can't say we didn't show up, though, right?
Yeah.
Can't say we're not showing up.
Hey,
So,
we're here.
All right.
Thanks for coming out.
See you next time.